InObscuria!
Welcome back, my friends, to the InObscuria podcast, a podcast where we exhume obscure rock and punk and metal. Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know, was that a Halford into Hetfield?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to end with a yeah.
We put songs in one of three categories: the lost, the forgotten, or the should have beens. Who are these people talking? I am Kevin Williams, and that is Robert Harrison.
Along with
our
special
Ronnie
guest,
James D.O.G.
hanging out with us.
Spread Eagle.
He's flopped out. He's tired.
Spread Eagle on the floor.
I've been dragging him around for several days now. He hasn't had a quiet house to live in.
Speaking of where we're recording, we're in a different place. We're not in the firehouse.
We are on location.
We are on location. This is, I need a clever name for the studio here. This is not a firehouse.
You call it Kiss Room. There's already
there's already the Kiss Room.
Yeah, this is kind of a Kiss Room. But it's a magnificent, magical room of memorabilia. And it is amazing. So I'm sitting here looking around. I see pictures of Kevin and our friend Brandon with Yes, with Rush, Kevin with Vinnie Vincent, Kevin with Kiss again, Kevin and I with Kiss. And that was, of course, the time that Paul Stanley said he liked my captain's jacket.
I have one spot empty over here.
Oh,
I don't have a
Billy
frame.
Sheehan.
No, well, that one too. But, I have me with Ace Frehley.
Oh, that's right. So that's where Ace needs to go there. Billy goes over here.
Yeah.
We have posters. We have framed posters from our band, Big Jack Pneumatic, Who's Gonna Do, which I just love saying that. Spider Monkey. Yeah. So, and then, of course, the most important part is instruments. So you've got the SG bass. I can't name them all, but yeah, lots of basses. Rickenbacker, the clear one. What do you call it? Acrylic?
Yes.
Clear acrylic bass. That's really cool.
Dan Armstrong, an MPEG.
I mean, you got the SG guitar, which I have recorded with 20 years ago. A lot of memories with that guitar. That was always better than any of my guitars, but Kevin wouldn't let me play it on stage because I was kind of rough on instruments. But in the studio, I was allowed to touch it.
I don't remember saying that, but it's very true.
I think it was implied. It was implied.
Oh, well.
Because I'd ask you to borrow it, and it's like, yeah, it's in the shop, or I don't know where it is.
And then I have my trusty Telly that I got from our good friend Jeremy.
Yep.
Love that guitar.
So it's a really inspiring room to do a podcast about cooking. Music. So yeah, this is a cool place to record.
This is also known as the one tiny room where my wife will let me have all my crap.
Yeah, so all the Kiss stuff can be displayed. And I love how you've got the extra lock on the top of the door, because I remember the days when your daughters would come in here and raise hell, so you had to put the little extra lock on there.
Yeah, I mean, now they can just could just open it, but when they were little, when they were toddlers, I didn't want them coming in here and eating CDs and
fondling your memorabilia.
Yeah, although they never actually did that.
Yeah,
I didn't really need it.
You raised them right.
Well, they just didn't care.
Sure. This was the scary room. Later on in therapy, they're going to be talking about, Daddy had a crazy room. It was scary.
Well, after you get back from therapy, go listen to Pot of Thunder, Cobras and Fire, Growing Up Rock, Slamfest Podcast, Decibel Geek, A to Z Radio, Metal Up Your Podcast, The Hustle, Disciples of the Watch, Podcast Rock City, State of Amorica, Rock Strikes 10, Potter Than Hell, Podkiss, The Kiss Room, Ages of Rock, Retro Zest Podcast, The Synaptic Empire, and don't forget about Monty's Rockcast.
Never forget about Monty.
Never, ever forget about Monty. Come visit us at InObscuria.com. Give us a like. Share us, please. Recommend us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Hey, even think about giving us a little review, man. That would be super cool. 5 stars. That's all we take. 5 stars.
That's right.
Only.
It's a waste of time if you don't give us 5 stars.
With that, we need to jump into it because we have a hell of a podcast for you today. This is episode 91. We've been talking about the Rock and Pod Expo for several episodes now. This is our grand finale, if you will. This is part 3 of the trilogy here. And as we have hinted at for months on our podcast this year, we like to play a little game. And we thought it would be really fun to play that game at the Rock and Pod Expo in Nashville. So we went to this convention. Again, if you're just joining us here and you haven't listened to anything else, we went to this convention a couple weeks ago in Nashville called the Rock and Pod Expo. Basically a convention for rock podcast, for artists, and for people that just love music. to come and hang out and talk and listen to artists talk about albums that they made, and it was just an amazing time. There were vinyl vendors, there were famous people just walking around, and if you were into especially hard rock and metal, you saw a lot of folks from maybe the 80s, 90s, even 70s, some really big names. And last week we let you hear some of our conversations with some of those folks. This week we're going to give you a game, and if you've listened to our show before, you know this game. It's called the Wild Card. Now, usually, this game is played between Robert and Jeremy Zamora. We've done a couple episodes where they've gone head-to-head. And
so far, it's like 50-50 that, we tie a lot of times. And
well, he kicked your ass the last one. But usually it's a drinking game.
That's true.
We decided it's probably a little too hard to do a drinking game when at the Rock and Pod Expo we were just going to have folks react to a single song.
But go figure that everybody showed up with a beer in their hand anyway. So
yeah, this is true.
It would have been okay.
So what we did was we had to think of some way, some kind of prize. What can you offer people at the Rock and Pod Expo that would really get them involved in wanting to participate in this grand game? And we got a little call from down below, a little south of heaven. We got a call from this person repping this particular company, and I'll just
Underwood Deviled Ham. It's all good ham and a pinch of spices. For good meat and good flavor, try the whole ham spread.
From Underwood.
So apparently we lied last week when we said that was the last time we were going to play that.
Oh, well. Hey, I spent all of 10 minutes putting that together, so
it's classic. Hey, you know what? Next year we're breaking it back out again.
we set ourselves up for next year. We have to do something different.
How do you top that?
I don't know.
I mean, we really did knock that out of the park.
We had deviled ham
on the back.
We had deviled ham stacked up on our table, and it brought people to the table.
All the deviled ham brings the people to our course.
So we sold our soul for deviled ham, and that is what the people that participated in this game, that's what they were playing for. Were you going to get the big can if you were really a winner, or were you going to get the
travel size,
the small size,
snack size? There's the meal size,
for trying
and the
really
snack
hard.
Size.
So with that, we're just going to get into it. We did a lot of talking with other podcasts, those that we just mentioned, and we're just going to jump in. The first person we had on to play the game was our good friend, Mr. Brad Rusthoven from the Slamfest podcast,
the provider of beer,
the man who we told everyone on our podcast for months that he would be buying us beer, and he came through.
He is a man of his word, a man of honor, and a man of tall boys, of not expensive beer, and that's fine with us.
No, it was good stuff. And Brad, thank you so much for the brews. We really do appreciate it.
Well timed. It was just, the timing is everything with that.
And so let's hear how Brad did.
I'm a real wild one. Wild.
It is official.
Official.
We are now at Rock and Pod Expo. And of course, we're going to bring in
the very first
guest of the day,
Mr.
Brad Rusthoven from the Slamfest podcast.
What's going on, guys?
What is up with you, man? You're right beside us. You have the biggest banner in the room, I think. Well, maybe not.
That's what he's known for. He's known for that big banner.
That banner's huge, man.
Yeah.
Big banner Brad.
So am I the first guest because I'm the first guest, or because I'm sitting right next to you guys?
Well, no, because you bought us beer.
You did give us beer last night, so.
You guys unpacked. My brother and I went to the liquor store. Choices.
You can tell the veterans from the newbies.
It's about priorities.
Yes.
We didn't even open our bags. We put them in the room and we said liquor store.
Oh, no. We are making notes for next year.
Yeah.
We're just packing beer. That's it.
We had to paint our chest, so we could come in here with the InObscuria on our chest.
There you go.
We're all about the marketing, the branding.
There you go.
Spray paint each other.
Here's what we're going to do, Brad. We are going to try this out. You are our guinea pig. Now, you may have heard this before, but this weekend, we are doing a Rock and Pod wild card session, okay? Here's how this works. You always get pitted against Robert, okay? So this is a game, and you and Robert
guaranteed to win.
That's easy. That's easy already.
This is the Harlem Globetrotters versus the New York Generals right here.
All right, so here's what...
Washington
Generals.
Yeah.
See, I even got that wrong.
You're going down.
I don't know, music or basketball.
You see how this is going?
Yeah.
Okay, so you will get to give me a number from 1 to 10. So what I've done is I've curated a playlist of just random obscure bands, some maybe not as obscure as others. Now, I have 2 different playlists. So you choose first which playlist you want to choose from. I have one that is focused primarily on hard rock and metal. I have one that is focused on everything that we do. So it's rock and punk and metal and prog and all the weird stuff. So you choose first which of those playlists you want to choose from.
Hard rock and metal.
Okay. Now, I have 10 songs from each decade starting in the 70s all the way through to today. So you give me a decade that you want to choose from, and you give me a random number from 1 to 10.
70s 5.
70s 5. Let's see what we get. Okay.
Well, I like this, though, because you're not... So then you can't pin me, with a really, really hard one. I'm choosing which one I'm getting, right?
Kind of.
Sort of.
I thought that strategy would work for me.
Or is he just finagling it right now?
No, I'm getting number 5 from the 70s.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, the way this works is I'm going to give you the genre and the year and the song title. I'm not going to give you the album.
Oh.
So I'm going to give you the song title, the genre, and the year. If you're like, no way in hell I can know what that is, you can skip. You can skip one time.
Okay.
You pick a different number. Okay. So
can I call a lifeline?
Sure.
Phone a friend.
You can,
Yeah.
You've got all these.
Nobody in this
here.
room knows anything about music, so I don't know. It's kind of an uphill climb.
Else,
yeah.
All right. So that being said, number 5 from the decade of the 70s. The title of this song is "Hearts on Fire."
Hearts on Fire or
on
Hearts
Fire.
on Fire?
1973 hard rock.
Wow.
Do you want to pass or do you want to?
Yeah.
I would have expected you to pick the 80s.
The Hearts on Fire that I can think of is wasn't that on a Rocky soundtrack?
That's why it makes me think of 80s.
That was in the 80s.
Yeah, I know.
That's why I said Hearts
throw you
of
off.
Fire is more 80s.
Do you know it, Robert?
Yeah, I think that's. I know the 80s.
Stop looking.
It doesn't matter. I can't even read it.
I'm passing.
I'm 3 feet away and can't read the
You're
font on
passing.
his.
Okay, so give me another number. You can pick another decade if you want to go to the 80s.
So let's do 80s.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Give me a number from 1 to 10.
5.
5 again. All right. Okay. I think you have a shot here. All right. The name of the song is Ruler. Now this is right firmly hard rock metal in that world. 1985. The name of the song is Ruler. So you have to go with this one because you passed already.
So I have to give you.
So we're gonna listen.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna listen. Let's get through the first chorus. We'll stop there. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
Tired of your systematic lies.
right, so Brad, I know you know who that is.
I do not know.
You got to hazard at least a guess.
I
man.
know. I was trying to think.
1985.
Process of elimination.
How about this? I'll tell you, this band, to my knowledge, only had one album.
Well, that's probably why.
No wonder.
But it's an album that's highly regarded still to this day.
The singer sounded familiar to me. I don't know.
Don't know. Okay.
I don't know.
He got away.
I'm going to send it over to Robert. Who was it?
It was Crocus.
Crocus.
No way.
That was not Crocus.
He got away.
Because I have a feeling Brad would have gotten that.
Okay, it was either that or Halloween.
Okay,
were my
so
two.
that was a band called Warrior.
Oh, geez.
You ever listen to Warrior?
Well, wasn't who was
Different.
different
You're thinking Vinnie
Warrior,
Vincent.
yeah,
different Warrior.
Okay.
that was like 70s.
So
Warrior,
if
right?
you saw this album cover, you'd probably be like, oh, yeah, I recognize that. It's big Warrior, kind of look spacey.
Self-titled or what?
Self-titled.
Okay.
Well, no, I'm sorry. That would be completely wrong. No, it's Fighting for the Earth. is the name of the album.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, good.
So no points awarded.
No.
But
But-
I just got word from our sponsor. Lucifer says you can have a can of deviled ham, sir.
And there's one chicken.
One chicken.
In case if you're kosher.
Deviled chicken.
Deviled chicken. We're thinking ahead. We
No,
wanna-
Kevin, this is a great idea, though.
Right?
For doing it here, I think you're gonna.
This will work.
Yeah, I think it.
I don't think we can get through a whole song, though. I think that's a little long. So
Yeah.
we'll just do the
get to like the first chorus
and see what happens.
Yeah, nice. So how did you pick the songs?
very randomly.
Just okay.
yeah.
No
it-
way. No way. That's not
What?
what you guys do. You guys don't do.
There's no planning
randomly,
involved.
right?
No planning whatsoever.
Oh my God! If you would have, oh my God, man! If you would have picked number 2, you'd been all over it. You would have been all over it.
You got to get my brother on this thing.
Make him pick number 2
of the '80s.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So let's do that.
We'll direct him that way.
Whichever one he picks, it's going to be number 2.
Yeah.
Hey, Brad, while you're on, why don't you pimp your podcast, man?
Yeah,
Give us some
so
stats. Give us how it's going.
Slamfest podcast. We've been around for just over a year, roughly. Started right in the middle of the pandemic. That wasn't by design, but it made sense, right? Like, can't go anywhere, so let's do a podcast about shows that we've seen, and people have asked me, obviously, what it's about. I can't imagine doing some of the things that these other podcasts do. I've got to have something.
So you have a list
Oh,
because you went to shows. You have a list. You know what you're going to do
I've
from
got
week to week.
Yep, and I've got to spread. Well, until I see a live show in real time,
Right.
Because then I'm going to do that show.
Because it's fresh.
But you
Because
actually
it's
have
fresh.
cuts from the concerts, actual recordings
Yeah,
from those
bootleg.
shows.
I've got cassette bootlegs from
Set
a lot
lists.
of them. And
Yeah,
set
let's
lists, all
talk about that
stuff.
because almost every episode there is some bootleg played from the show that you're talking about. Now, you actually did this back in the day. You
so you
carried
were
a
the
little
source.
recorder.
Yeah, so it was my girlfriend in high school had a small cassette recorder.
One of those dictaphone.
Well,
kind
it was
of
a
things.
little bit bigger than that even. So you might wonder, how the hell did I get this thing in there? It wasn't comfortable. Stuffing this thing down the front of my
they thought you were
pants.
gifted.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, look at him.
Oh, the ladies like Brad.
But no, it was, I did it a lot.
And
Never
you
got caught.
never got caught. How is that possible?
The one thing, though, it had a pause switch, like on the top of it. And the Kiss Revenge show I saw, Ames, Iowa, didn't record the whole, except for the encore, because that's when I noticed. Somehow,
The pause was
I may
on.
have gone to the restroom or something, and I checked it, and I'm like, oh my God, this thing hasn't done anything.
Well, that's
so
how
I
we-
got the encore.
That's how we like to do podcasts. We like to record the whole thing and then realize that I didn't hit record.
And also, so you're saying that you've recorded yourself going to the restroom, basically. Is part of so when we listen
That's
to
on
the
a bonus.
podcast,
That's on a bonus.
Is that going to be
episode.
edited out?
Yeah,
or
that'll
you
be
can-
on a bonus episode.
Yeah, those. You getting a beer.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, babe, what do you want to do after the show?
And now, obviously, nowadays, right? Everyone's got phones, and so
Yeah.
I'll record portions of songs. I'm not one of these guys that'll sit there and record the entire show, but
total
I
annoying.
want to get a piece, kind of like what we just did, right?
Right.
Through a chorus maybe, and I'll drop those in the episode.
So you've been doing this for a year. You're already up to the 2000s, right? You're
So
in
interesting,
2000.
yeah. So my first concert was in '87, and episode 61 now.
What happens in episode 300?
Oh goodness. I don't
Do you have a
know.
plan?
I could probably tell you. Well, it's going to be different though.
Okay.
Because as I see shows,
That's true.
bounces,
You're adding to it as
pushes,
you see
it
shows.
pushes it off. But I mean, I probably have. I mean, holy cow! I've been to 500 shows probably.
Okay. All
And
right.
we're only on
so
episode 60.
episode 300 is not a problem.
So think about that. I mean, that's 10 years almost of content that I've already got. But of course, I do have to come up with what we're going to talk about specifically. We do a band on the bill spotlight, and talk about albums or put albums up against each other. And then the which side are you on segment is something where we'll take an album from one of the bands and put side one against side two, which is pretty fun. I haven't heard anybody do that yet, so I think I'm maybe the originator of that.
Well, and I like that you also do the Facebook polls. So
Yeah.
you guys talk about it, and then the week that you drop the episode, you do the same thing on the Facebook polls so that everybody can participate and
opportunity,
has an
yeah.
opportunity to say what they like
Yeah,
better.
which is cool actually to see. It's surprised me. Some of the polls have surprised me a little bit. So good stuff.
Not everyone agrees with you all the time.
No.
That's what I found out.
That's fine. That's fine. It wouldn't be fun if everyone agreed, right?
Nah.
That's right. What else can we say about Slamfest. Oh, well, why don't we give a little bit about you and I, because you have a background before Slamfest, because we knew each other, and I believe we were both...
So we were
in
commenting-
Vegas talking about doing podcasts, right?
Yeah, but before that, I think our names had crossed each other's paths on the podcast Rock City Live, I think, right? Is that what, like the old Wednesday night show? Were
Well,
you listening to
I
that?
remember your name on the Podcast Rock City, the Facebook
Just the-
page,
yeah,
right? Just
yeah.
the fan page or whatever. And I think we kind of went back and forth maybe then a little bit, but yeah, it was the live thing.
But then we met in Vegas.
Met in Vegas.
The PRC
who were
Vegas
who were
trip.
actually sitting right next to us.
There,
This is
yep.
pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like the family.
Yeah. So you were my drinking partner.
That's right, because nobody else drank.
Nobody else was drinking. Yeah. So that was, I mean, how much fun was that trip?
That was a blast.
I mean, that whole day, the day of the show, going to the mini golf. And
We got plastered at the mini golf.
Yeah, we did. And our Australian
Kiss
friends.
mini golf.
Remember?
Kiss mini golf.
In the dark, all day long in the dark with black lights and neon. Like,
And the music.
in the music
ranked.
blasting, all Kiss.
Yeah.
And we had a blast, and we were drunk.
The
So it was-
Australian, the winners, one of the winners of the tickets that they gave away.
That's right.
What
The
was
Buttons.
his name?
The
Buttons. The Buttons. She just had a baby.
Yeah,
Did you
saw
see
that.
that?
Yeah, friends with them on Facebook.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Nice. Yeah.
They were really cool. They were drinking with us.
Yeah. So that was, we had breakfast one morning, and Stephen Michael hit us up about coming on his show, talk about Saxon, because
That's right.
Sonny hates him.
That's right. So Brad and I did a Growing Up Rock episode talking about Saxon, and I picked all title cuts, because if you listen to Saxon, their title cuts are fantastic.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I went about choosing what I was going to choose, right? We chose 5 each?
I think
Is that
that
how
was
we
it,
did
5,
that?
yeah.
I wanted to go 80s, and then I think I chose some recent stuff, too. But
But it was during that time where we were both kind of saying, I think it's time for us to both start podcast.
Yeah,
And we did.
So you pulled the trigger, I guess 30 episodes before me?
Right.
Roughly. And I don't know why it took me so long to get going, but it did.
Slow and steady.
Yeah.
Slow and steady.
I also want to ask about the list. So, I can't remember what shows I go to, especially now in the digital age, because I don't keep the ticket stubs because you don't have them now. So, how do you actually keep a running list? Do you do
Spreadsheet,
journal?
Excel spreadsheets.
See this guy?
Really?
See this guy?
Seriously.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep, date, band, opener, venue. And then actually my wife's smarter than me, though. She figured out a way to either filter it so it shows me how many times I've seen. It's like calculating how many
Right.
times I've seen it each
Do the old
artist.
pivot table, running a macro.
Yeah, there you go.
You pull out reports.
Yeah.
How many shows have I seen at this one particular venue? Bam, there's a report.
But, I'm bad with even like the next day or any day. What do I want to listen to today? It's got to be something. So now because I've got so much music, I don't know what to listen to. So now it's forcing me to listen to some of this stuff because I got to
go back
prepare
to
for
it, yeah.
prepare for an episode. So that's
And then I have to mention you and I did an episode on your podcast. I did the Solid Frog episode.
Solid Frog,
And
yeah.
I was really pleasantly surprised when you introduced me to that band, because that was right in my wheelhouse, right? Of kind of
Yeah.
something obscure, and I hadn't heard it, and it's awesome, and we will be playing it on this podcast eventually, I believe.
Well, and then you played it.
I did play one,
You
yeah.
played one, and Robert loved it. I
Yeah.
think he forgave me for our Pink Floyd episode.
Well,
After that, he's like,
we do need to get into that, don't we?
"Oh, yeah. What is it?
Or should we do that on Slamfest?
we could do that on Slam?
I think we should do
Yeah.
that on Slamfest.
Yeah. So I don't. Well, maybe you have more of a bone to pick with my guests that I had on.
Well, the
that
more
episode
beer
than
you
me.
buy me, the less of a bone that there is to pick. Let's just say there's a sliding scale.
And then, Kevin, I don't know if you remember last night. I mean, you had several beverages, but we talked about maybe I brought up a band to you that maybe we could talk about
Yep.
on InObscuria sometime.
So we'll dig in on that.
Yeah.
And
You're not going to tease it?
no teasing.
It's a surprise.
It's a surprise.
All right.
Well, Brad, enjoy your deviled ham, sir.
Will do.
You
Thank
are
you.
welcome to open that and eat it right here in front of us.
Because I know everybody will appreciate the lovely aroma of deviled ham that's been out for a couple hours.
Oh, this is so good, right? You're not on video, right? So it makes it look like I'm not really eating it.
We should just leave open cans in random podcast booths.
There you go.
Just see if they
Yeah,
notice.
there you go.
Just set it there.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh, spam.
All right, man. Well, we will see you later. In fact, we'll see
See
you now
you.
because
See
you're
you
right
now.
beside
As we
us.
turn slightly to the left.
That's right. That's right.
Thanks, Brad.
Cheers, guys.
We'll get wild, wild, wild.
So you just heard from Brad Rusthoven. Yeah, he didn't get it right. So,
Busted.
we gave him a little consolation, but let's see. Next up, we have Mr. Christopher Williams from the band Accept. And we have a couple of folks from Accept playing today. A couple of members of Accept are playing our game with us today. So let's see. Christopher Williams, he is known for his music knowledge, not only just for being an amazing drummer and being in the band Accept, but he knows his music really well. So
Yes.
let's see how Christopher does.
Professional.
I'm a real wild one. Wild one. Wild.
Here's the other thing that we do that I thought might be fun if we have time with you. We do our little game called Wild Card.
Okay.
And so basically what I do is I've curated a group of obscure songs from the 60s through today. And I ask my guest, you go against Robert, okay? So this is pitting.
You got a
the
really
two
good
of
chance of winning.
Yeah, so what I do is I ask you to give me a decade and then a number from 1 to 10, and then we will play up to the first chorus. And then what I'll do is I'll give you the genre, and I'll give you the song title and the year. But I'm not going to give you the album or the band, and you're going to tell me who the band is after we listen to it.
Okay.
So I have 2 lists. You can choose from the one that's dedicated mostly to hard rock and metal, or you can choose from the list that covers the spectrum of punk and rock and metal. So give me that first.
I don't know. Let's go for the spectrum.
Okay, we'll go for the spectrum.
Whole thing.
Let's roll the dice.
Whole
All
thing.
right, and
Let's see what's up.
with this one, I have all the way from the 60s to now. So pick a decade and then give me a number.
Just go 70s.
70s, all right, and give me a number.
3.
Do number 3 in the 70s. 3, okay. All right, I think you guys have a shot at this one. Okay, so the name of the song is Don't Ever Stray Away. This is from 1973, and this is firmly in the rock category.
Okay.
All right, so what we'll do is we'll play up to the first chorus, if that's all right, and then I'll stop it and you tell me who it is.
Feeling tired, got to keep moving, frightened of losing. You and I got some kind of magic. It would be tragic to throw it away. I can't say someone could do better. I realize it's every day changing. Isn't it strange now? Don't ask me why. In spite of these hard times, you're on my mind. Slowly I feel it. You got me real. So don't ever stray away from me. We got a dream to follow. Can't you see how it could be?
It's killing me.
God, that
Like,
sounded good.
I know that singer's voice, and I can't. It's
I'm gonna-
like
this is
right there. There's like 10 bands.
I'm
where
going to
it's
make a stupid guess on
Well,
the
you
singer.
don't get to make a bet.
No,
It's him.
I know. I'm just going to make a stupid
Okay.
guess when he's done. Though.
All right.
If you can't figure it out. The band itself could be anybody, but the singer was unique.
Well,
I don't know.
just throw it out there. Throw it somebody.
And see, I don't know enough Angel to say, oh, is it Angel? But
Well,
I don't
that's-
know. I have no idea.
That's a better guess than I would have made. There.
I have no clue.
Okay. All right, so again, that was 1973, so that was before Angel. All right, Robert, you want to
Well,
take a crack?
the singer reminded me of Paul Rogers.
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking?
Okay.
It sounds a lot like Paul Rogers, but there's a different timbre.
Yeah.
All right,
His
so
voice.
the name of that album is called Witness, and the band is Spooky Tooth.
Greg Ridley.
So
Nice.
Yep.
not quite as obscure as some of the others, but this is still a hard one
Yeah.
to get out of context. But well, I'll tell you what,
Well, I mean,
Christopher,
that was post Greg, I guess, but yeah.
we are still going to give you a consolation prize. This is from Lucifer. This is deviled ham.
We made a deal with the devil, so this is what we have to do.
It'll be good for lunch.
Yeah, or 2 years from now.
I mean, you could put deviled eggs with it and just have
Satan snack.
satanic brunch.
Do you know what that sounds? It sounds devilish.
It is devilish. It'll be great for your stomach.
Oh yeah, it's good stuff.
Well, our time's almost up, man. I do appreciate you
That was
chatting
fun.
with us.
Yes.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you, dude.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Thank you for coming by.
That was great.
We'll get wild, wild, wild.
And Christopher got that one wrong, but he was so
Yes.
close.
Ooh.
He was like,
He was in the ballpark.
he was in the ballpark.
neighborhood. He was in
And
the neighborhood.
What I loved is that he knew Spooky Tooth. Like, he was like, oh, I could have gotten that. That was after the singer had left. I mean, he
Yeah.
knew his stuff. So I knew he was going to be really good at it. He just didn't get that one right. So after he left our table, I said it last week, his bass player, the other piece of the rhythm section of Accept, Mr. Martin Montnick, walked up and I said, sit down, let's play a game, my man. Now, the funny thing about Martin, you'll hear in this, is he's a vegetarian. So he's playing for the deviled ham, but he's a vegetarian. I did not have an option for him.
No, with the
Other than chicken.
deviled broccoli, deviled salad.
So let's see how
Chicken salad. That's a salad, right?
Accept does. This is the last member of Accept to play the game. Let's see. Will Accept get points on the board? Here you go.
I'm a real wild one. Wild one. Wild.
Okay. Yes, we have deviled ham. So we're going to play a game with you, sir. And
Okay.
if you win, you will get some of Lucifer's finest ham.
How can you say no?
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a little game that we called Wild Card. And I just did this with Christopher, and he got close to getting it, but it's a little hard. So here's what we do. So Wild Card is our whole... Yes? What, Robert? What are you trying to say? Okay, all right, we'll do it.
He already quit? He's giving up?
He's
I
given
win.
up. He's already given up. He knows he cannot compete.
It's a battle of attrition.
Okay. Okay, so you're going to be competing against Robert Harrison, who is my co-host here. And what we do in InObscuria, our podcast, is we focus on obscure bands.
Okay.
And by that I mean bands that either you've never heard of, bands that we thought should have been huge that just weren't, or bands that maybe had a hit and then they've kind of been forgotten. So that's what we cover. So I have curated a list of songs from each decade, from the 60s until now. And what you're going to do is you're going to give me, well, first you're going to select from a playlist. Do you want the hard rock and metal playlist, or do you want the rock and punk and metal playlist?
A hard rock and metal.
Hard rock and metal. So
I'm not very good at punk.
Okay, so
Probably is metal out there.
All right, this
I'm
is
not
this
good
is-
at any of it, so you're in good company.
So what you're going to do is you're going to give me the decade that you want to pull a song from, and then a number from 1 to 10.
Okay. Well, let's start with the 80s. That's probably
Okay,
most.
we'll
and,
do the 80s.
And number 6.
Number 6 in the 80s from our hard and heavy playlist. So let me go to number 6 here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the name of the song, and I'm going to give you the year and the genre. So this is firmly in glam metal from the 80s. The year is 1987, and the name of this song is She's Too Hot, okay?
Okay.
So we're going to listen to this until the first chorus, and when we come back, you're going to tell me who it is.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. That's not it. Hold on.
That's not very glam metal.
That's not very glam metal, is it?
I was about to start dancing.
Yeah.
All right. I think I have a new favorite song. I like it a lot. It's tapping my foot.
I
It's pretty
disagree with
hot.
I disagree with the premise that she could be too hot. So
That's right. She's hot enough.
yeah, hot enough for me. Yeah.
All right, man. Are you ready to take a guess? All right, let me give you this. I'll give you this. I'll give
Okay.
you a little clue. So this is, most glam metal bands were from Hollywood. This band is from Wales. They're Welsh.
I was going to ask, is it an American band?
Not an American band, yep. So from the UK. That helps narrow it.
One island.
Yeah. If I don't know right now, I'm not going to get it.
Okay.
You gotta win.
Okay, so you're going to pass. We're going to pass it over to Robert. If he gets the point, he gets the meat, man.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna pull out. This is the first solo project for the guitar player from Def Leppard.
Which one?
Steve.
You gotta win.
Okay, so no points awarded. That was from the album Young and Crazy. The name of the band is Tiger Tails.
I've heard of them.
You should. They're on my jacket.
Yes, that's because I was like, who the hell is that on your jacket?
Yeah.
Tiger Tails.
That is
awesome.
Tiger Tails.
Now I know what they sound like.
The Welsh glam metal band. Probably the only Welsh glam metal band.
Probably,
that I can think
right?
of.
It's a very small scene over there.
If you're into glam metal, that hint should have given it away. So
Right,
the
right.
fact that I didn't know that is
So not the glam metal guy, I take it.
obviously not.
Well, man, thank you so much for sitting down with us. Is there anything that you can tell the listeners about Accept that you want folks to know? I know that we were just talking about touring, and I don't know if you want to kind of give an update maybe on what's going on. I know everybody can go to the website, but anything update?
Oh no, absolutely. I mean, we released our newest album just at the beginning of this year. It's called "To Mean to Die,"
Which sounds killer.
Oh, thank you.
God,
Oh, I'm pretty proud. It's my first
big. So it just sounds
awesome.
huge.
Cool. I'm really happy to hear that. So, I mean, it's my first album that I played on after basically trying to fill the amazing giant shoes of Peter Baltes.
The original, yeah.
And so I did my best. I'm really happy about the reviews that we got. So thank you guys also for covering it, talking about it, and spreading the word.
Absolutely.
And so yeah, right now we have one show coming up on August 20th in St. Charles at the Arcada Theater by Chicago, and then the tour is scheduled for starting in January in Europe. And cross my fingers that it's really going to happen because we're still not sure.
You never know these days.
That's the thing, right?
And everybody in Accept, even though it's a German band, you guys are all based in Nashville.
The majority,
Correct.
yeah. So 4 guys are here in the Nashville area.
Right.
Mark, the singer, he's in New Jersey, and then Uwe, he still lives in Germany, and that's why we had to play a few shows without him because of the COVID restrictions. He was not able to enter the
fly
United
in.
States.
Right. So now there's 3 Germans in Accept now?
That is correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So Wolf, Uwe, and me, who still, even though Wolf and I both have dual citizenship and live in the United States,
Right.
we're both still German, very German. We talk German to each other, and
Right.
so we maintain that.
That is cool, man. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I'm
Thank
sorry
you.
I didn't get the ham, but I'm
You know what?
vegetarian anyway, so
You get a parting
yeah.
gift. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to touch that
Well,
then.
here's what people that don't know what vegetarian means. I would offer you the chicken. Would you eat the chicken?
right, exactly. Or like my mom said, you don't eat meat, not even sausage.
What about fish? Do you eat fish?
I do not.
Okay, so nothing.
Strictly vegetarian.
Got it.
Right.
Man. Very good. That's healthy
Nothing
for you.
that had a pulse.
Got it. Well, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming by.
We'll get wild, wild, wild.
And
He didn't get it.
nah.
Nope. Consolation prize again. Can anyone get points in this little game we play? This is going.
It's a tough game.
It's going very much the way that it usually goes with you and
with
Jeremy.
me. Yeah, I'd suck.
I will just mention this because our next guest contestant tried to get me later in the evening,
Yes.
and they sort of got me on one. So I'm talking about Mr. Matt Rusthoven. So the elder Rusthoven,
Yes.
who was there with Brad for the Slamfest podcast. Later on in the evening on Saturday night that we were there at the Rockin' Pod, they were just hanging out, playing songs and drinking beer, and we went and hung out with them and did, just kick back, just enjoyed the last few moments of the day with them. And they were playing songs, and they're like, oh, let's see if we can stump you. You tried to get us. And the first song that they put out there, I got it wrong the first time, but I got it right the second time. So it sort of counts.
Batting 500.
Sort of counts. And then they thought they really had me, and I nailed it right away. It was Wasted.
Put them right back in their place.
They were like, oh, I can't believe you got that. So, So if you think I can't play the game, I got lucky. Okay. So let's see how Matt does, the elder Rusthoven.
I'm a real wild one. Wild one. Wild.
This thing going.
Lick it up. Lick the mic. Yeah. Oh. Sorry.
I totally just got all that too.
Oh, shit. I keep forgetting that.
We'll be using that later. So we are here. We talked to Brad earlier. We have the older brother, I'm assuming.
The elder brother.
The
you're
elder.
correct.
Elder, wiser.
By how many
Better
years?
looking.
3 years.
3 years difference. So
Yep.
you had to put up with him.
Yeah, I think it went both ways.
Well, awesome, man. Well, we're going to do a little game with you.
All
We
right.
did it with Brad, and he failed miserably.
Is that right?
So you got to redeem it for the Rusthovens, okay?
Got it.
All right, so this is called a wild card game. And basically what we do is, our whole scheme is that we do obscure music. So we try to focus on things maybe that people haven't heard of or just haven't heard of in a long time.
Sure.
And so that's what we're going to do. I have a curated playlist here, and you can choose from one of two playlists.
Okay.
I have one that includes rock and punk and metal. I have another one that is just focused on hard rock.
Let's go hard rock.
I figured that would be the one.
Yep,
Okay.
definitely.
So we have every decade from the 70s until today, and you're going to pick a decade, and then you're going to pick a number.
Okay.
All right, so give me a decade.
Let's go 80s.
Okay, popular. We just had another pull from the 80s, so you cannot give me number 3. We have used number 3.
Okay.
And we have also, no, I think that's all we did, right? Number 3. Okay. No, I'm sorry. Brad did I got this totally wrong. We did number 6 and number 5, so you can't use either one of those. Give me another number from 1 to 10.
How about 8?
8.
How about 2?
Why don't you choose 2?
Yeah, choose 2.
That's good. Let's do 2.
Either way, it's
So,
fine.
I think I heard you say 2.
It's purely random. It's
Yeah.
purely random.
Exactly.
All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the year. This came out in 1984.
All right.
This is glam metal. Okay?
Okay.
And the name of the song, it's very similar to the last song we played, Robert. This is She's Hot Tonight.
Ooh. That's the best time to be hot.
So we're going to play this song up until the first chorus.
Okay.
And then when we come back, you're going to tell me who it is.
All right.
All right? Let's do it.
That's why the guys will set you up. Sweetie, my parents said, watch out for her. 'Cause if she pulls you in, nobody can save you from the fire within her. She's hot tonight, she's cooking tonight. She's hot tonight, good looking. She's hot tonight. She likes to be with no one could ever play your games. Sinner, you never even use your name. 'Cause when you come around, all the boys in town they say they're gonna get you. She's hot tonight, she's cooking tonight. She's hot tonight, good looking. She's hot tonight. She likes to be with
All right. Are we ready?
I think I have a decent idea of
Okay.
who that might be.
So,
I think
again,
I've got a pretty good guess.
1984.
1984. She's hot.
She's Hot Tonight.
That's the name of the song. Was She's Hot Tonight.
She's Hot Tonight.
I'm gonna try to dig deep here into my junior high, end of junior high year there. I'm gonna say Madam X.
You are correct,
Whoa! Wow!
Got it.
Give,
Madam
sir. Oh
X.
my God!
give that man the jumbo
you get-
size.
You get the jumbo size of deviled ham.
Excellent.
This is Lucifer's finest ham.
I will
Yes.
cherish this forever.
Straight out of hell.
Well, that's good because it will last forever.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, there
it
you
has
go.
no
Perfect.
expiration date.
Wow!
That's
first one today.
Yay, man.
Good. We give
Good for you.
claps.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's
Amazing.
momentous. Somebody actually got that.
Didn't even give you a chance for a point.
No, because my guess was Winger or Warrant.
I honestly, I was going back and forth with Madam X or Mama's Boys.
Mama's
Oh.
Boys.
That would have been
That's-
I was thinking it could have
Pulling
been.
some obscure references out
Mama's
of that.
Boy, what is it? What makes a lot of noise or something like their album? I can't remember. Something like
Yeah.
that. Something about noise.
Noise, was in there somewhere.
So you know about? You want to tell us about Madam X? I'm sure you know they're prominent members of that band who went on to do other things.
I don't really know that much
Okay.
about them individually. I think my brother saw them within the last couple of years.
So Roxy, the drummer from Vixen, was in
Vixen.
this band.
Okay, that
And
sounds right.
The biggest name that was part of this band was Sebastian Bach.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Huh.
Wait, was that him on vocals?
You know,
I don't-
I'm not
Didn't
exactly
sound-
sure.
Does not sound
Doesn't
like
sound like Sebastian.
He's on the cover, so I don't know how much he actually. They have him on the cover. It's one of those things where I think they released this after Skid
Yeah.
Row had some prominence. So-
That could be.
So I don't know how much he actually participated in.
He was in the
recording.
room while they recorded it, I think. Maybe he had the tambourine.
I think didn't Madam X just last that one album?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had the one album, and then they've been doing the circuit lately. The whole Monsters of Rock cruise and
Oh,
things
yeah.
like that. They've been coming back out.
Probably a different incarnation
version
of the band, a
Yeah.
couple of members.
Yeah.
He got it. Brad's hanging his head. He's hanging his head. The elder Rusthoven.
Yep.
He's the smarter guy.
Knocked it out of the park.
Nice.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Well, does he? Can you give him a mulligan?
Well, we still gave him the hand.
So, yeah, it was more of a parting gift.
Parting gift.
Yeah.
Okay. Got
The
it.
Viceroni,
Yeah.
your supply of turtle wax.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
Well, this is fun, man. Thanks for
All right.
doing this with us.
Thanks for
Appreciate
coming
it.
by.
You bet.
We have a winner.
Ding, ding, ding.
Now,
ding,
I will
ding,
say
ding,
we
ding.
set that one up a
Yeah.
little bit. We kind of gave him a number after he gave us one. We're like, no, why don't you pick number 2?
Well, he's the elder. We had to,
Well, yeah. He was a
sandbag a
guest.
little bit.
He was a guest,
We're trying to be polite.
All right, well, let's continue on with the podcasters. So we brought in the fireman, a real fireman.
Yeah.
We brought in Mr. Steve Wright.
Unlike me, the poser.
But you guys had a lot to talk about.
We
Did
did.
y'all have a long conversation?
Oh my God, it was awesome talking about fire trucks. There were dorks on one side of the room, then dorks on the other side of the room for different reasons.
Well, that's awesome.
Dorkapalooza.
So Steve Wright from Potter Than Hell, we brought him in. Let's see how he does.
I'm a real wild one. Wild one. Wild.
We have some podcast royalty with us now.
Royalty, wow.
Honored.
Well, you've been here. How many years have Potter Than Hell done this?
We've done tables 2 out of the 4 years. This year we were unable to. The first year, myself and BC just came down just to check it out, but we did have the tables for the second and the third.
Right, so that makes you royalty.
Oh, okay.
So you've
All
been
right.
there.
I'll accept that.
When it's this young, it's easy to get in on top.
That's true.
So why don't you introduce yourself to the people so we get all your deets?
Okay. Hey, guys, I'm Steve Wright from the Potter Than Hell podcast. I do a hard rock and metal podcast with my partners, BC and BB. We are firefighters of the city that we live in.
Yes.
And my son, Dylan, does he's on the podcast as well, but he does all of our editing, and he's the younger version of us. So, and he has a lot of different tastes, so he brings that different flavor to the podcast as well.
And I love that because when I listen to your show weekly, so it's really great. I love the fact that he brings in that kind of that youth opinion to some of the songs that you're talking about, but I also love that he is really into all of the music that you talk about.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, we were talking about it when we recorded last week. When whenever Dylan brings up stuff like Weezer and stuff like that I'm like, I just don't get and I don't like. BC's like, I wish we could film this because he said you should see your face every time that he brings that up.
The eye rolls.
Yeah,
You're like,
and that's what I like about our podcast. There's 4 of us most of the time. We do have guests and we do Skype and all that, but
You allow Sonny on from time to time. I don't really understand that. but-
I know. Neither do we. But he's a fan favorite. Sonny's a good guy. We have Sonny and Steve, and now we have a bunch of people on. But I like that there are 4 of us in the room, and I think you can interact better when you're face to face. I mean, you do Zoom and you do Skype, and you can look
not
at stuff
the
like
same.
that. But it's not the same as being in the same room.
We do the same thing, and I'll tell you this: Robert lives in a firehouse. That's where we record.
Yeah, we were
Okay, so
talking last night.
we have a common
He has 2
bond.
fire trucks. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't get paid to drive mine, though.
Okay.
yours is also from the 40s.
Yeah, 30s and 40s for my fire trucks. They're not exactly certifiable at this point, so.
That's okay. BC has 2. He has 2, and they're from the 70s too. And actually, they're a matching set from a town that he was able to get, which is weird. But
And that's better when you have a story. Like, so I got the first 2 fire trucks for the town that we live in. So if he's got something that has a little bit of history, that means a whole lot more than
Right.
just a random truck.
yeah, and I think that the city he got his from, I think Matt Porter lives there, and they had a massive fire in the 80s, and the trucks that he has got damaged, and he was able to get the both of them.
Nice. So
Yeah.
they've made it through the fire.
They did. Yep.
Literally.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I'm just waiting for mine to catch on fire as I'm driving it. It's pretty old.
Well, we've been doing a game, Righty, that we want to play with you. So
Okay.
we're going to do it's called the Wild Card, and we've done a couple episodes, and we're doing it here. We're doing a Rock and Pod Wild Card. So here's how it works.
And the prize is,
The
if you get it right, the potted meat.
Yeah, so we
Authentic, branded potted meat.
So we, in typical rock and roll way, we made a deal with the devil, and so Lucifer has given us his ham that we are giving out to the winners of this. So,
Artisanal potted
yeah,
meat.
exactly.
I just hope when I win, I can get it on the plane.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Get that through security right
is
there.
that?
That looks highly suspicious.
Sir, why do you have this on our airplane?
What are you bringing old people food on the plane for?
All right, so the way that the wild card works is I have, in keeping with the theme of our show, I've put together a very obscure list of songs from every decade from the 60s until now, and I have two different playlists, and you can choose from which one you want. I have one that covers rock and punk and metal, so all those genres kind of thrown together, and I have one that just focuses on hard rock.
I got to go with the hard rock.
Hard
one.
rock.
Yeah, I'm not too up on the punk stuff.
Okay, so then what you'll do is you will pick a decade from the 60s or 70s. So what decade do you want to listen to?
80s, 70s, 60s.
We've gotten a lot of 80s so far.
I'll do the 80s.
Okay, we'll do the 80s. So there are a couple of picks that have already happened, so you can't pick from... Give me a number from 1 to 10, I'll tell you if we've done it.
6.
6. We have done 6. So you want to go 7?
7 sounds good.
All right, let's do
I figured that would have been the first one picked. That's usually everybody picks 7. Oh, lucky 7.
Okay, now what's going to happen is I'm going to give you the genre first, and you tell me if you want to pass. You get 1 pass.
Okay.
This is thrash.
Okay.
What do you know about thrash?
I'm not an expert on. I don't claim to be an expert on anything, but that might be one of my weaker ones.
So do you want to pass? You want to go to the next selection?
Yeah, I'll go next. I'll pass.
Let's do that. So this is firmly hard rock metal. Might even put it in the glam metal category.
Okay.
All right. This is from 1988.
Good year.
And the name of the song is Skull Spark Joker.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to play it up to the first chorus. When we get back, you're going to tell us who it is.
Okay.
All right.
I hope.
All right, righty, who is it? Hey, I just heard how you almost took away that whole thing you did with Growing Up Rock. So I know you know your stuff.
And Sonny usually has like crazy clues, and like the first one was Velvet Revolver. I'm like, as soon as he said Spectacle, I'm like, I don't know any other band that has a song Spectacle.
That voice had to sound somewhat.
It did.
Somewhat.
It did. And for some reason I have Sleazebees in my head, but I know it's not them.
Same time frame, right? 1988.
Yeah. Yep.
I remember this. I'll give you this. I remember this band had a very cool video on the MTV that involved a car chase, and this band in a car chase. Don't know if that's helpful. It's not for this song, but it was a single that they had out.
I never heard this on Dukes of Hazzard. What are you talking about?
It was not those good old boys.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know it outright, but I'm gonna say Babylon AD.
He got away.
Very close, but no bueno.
Oh,
Robert.
I pass.
He got away.
That was Zodiac Mind Warp.
Oh.
What?
That sounded a little glammy for them though.
Yeah, that was heavily glam. That's 88. So this is getting to the point where everything was ramped to the 11th degree.
Yeah, that was Zodiac Mind Warp. So
That was good though. I like it.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
I always like that band.
I don't. Yeah.
Do you remember the video they have with the car chase and them like all hanging out in the car?
No.
You don't remember that?
No.
That's my memory of them. Well, I tell you what, we are still going to give you a consolation prize that you can see if you can. Oh, this is chicken.
Oh, you got the chicken.
Devil
all right.
chicken.
This is kosher.
All right.
It's devilish chicken.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on, man. Really
Hey,
do
thanks
appreciate
for
it.
having us. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys having us on here. And
We mentioned your show every episode. I'll just tell you that.
Every
we
single
appreciate
damn
that.
episode.
We'll take any help we can get, and maybe we can get you guys on one of these days. And
I
we'll
love it.
We'll do something. Maybe we'll do one of the Pooney playlists, and
Oh, God.
we'll get you guys on there.
I hope your trivia is easier than his.
Well, Pooney.
Not when Dylan does it.
Oh, Jesus.
He's tougher than him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll study up.
He makes us old guys pay.
Awesome. Well, everybody go out and listen to Potter Than Hell. We already tell you that every week, so go listen. Amazing podcast.
All right,
Thanks for all that
for
you
having
do.
me, guys. Have a
Thanks.
good day.
Bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
We'll get wild, wild, wild.
very close,
Yeah.
but no bueno.
No.
Oh, wow.
Right was wrong.
Right was wrong. Righty was wrongy. Now, next up, I had gone by these gentlemen. I had gone by their table, and I said, you have to come over at some point, and I want the two co-hosts to go face-to-face in this game we called Wild Card.
Because we like to stir up trouble amongst
Well, I already know that they're at each other's throats kind of every week anyway, so I thought, well, let's just make
That's
that even
a little field
more
of fire.
intense. And so we had them sitting right next to each other. I'm talking about Baco and Loose Cannon, or Steve, from Cobras and Fire. So we had them in, and I wanted somebody to get some points. So we had them in for 3 songs. Check out the awesome conversation we had with Cobras and Fire.
I'm a real wild one. Wild one. Wild.
That is how legit we are. I have mic condoms.
That's awesome.
So
I splurged a little bit. I got the actual foam cover that I'm replacing with each guest.
Wow. That's going the extra mile.
He takes them in the
It was like
bathroom and washes them each
$4.
time.
I have yet to see you change them. That's okay. Okay, I believe you.
Did you get different colors?
You know why?
Why?
Because you weren't fucking paying attention.
Oh, here we go. All right.
And with that, I want to mention who we have on with us. We have the Cobras and Fire podcast, one of my very favorite podcasts. I listen every
this
week.
guy.
I do.
Thank
I
you.
listen every week, and I love your podcast.
It's the first one he pimps out at the start of our podcast.
Aw.
Yeah, we hear it.
we hear it every time we listen. So I love ditto too. You guys, and I told you this a bunch of times. I'll say it again. One of the first times of the very first episode was really good out of the gate. Like there wasn't a lot of like you've grown and gotten better, but like I was like, this is a really
I was gonna
slick
disagree with you,
and
but-
smart sounding show.
I
Thank you.
appreciate that. Well, Robert, you did a good job, man.
I showed up on time. That's my job.
So we have Baco and Loose Cannon with us, and I thought, what better way to bring these two together than to have them compete?
yes.
Yes.
So we need a
Fight
little
amongst
competition.
themselves.
So we've been doing these wild cards with all of our guests, but we usually have them going against Robert. So this time around, I'm going to have Elsie and Baco go against one another in a wild card.
Okay.
All right.
Now the way this works is I basically curated a list of fairly obscure songs. Some of them are not as obscure as others, but I've done it in order of decade. So I have 10 songs from each decade, starting in the 60s, going all the way till today. Okay? I have 2 playlists that you can choose from. You guys tell me what you want to choose. I have a hard rock only playlist. I have a rock and punk and metal playlist. Which playlist do you want to pull from?
Do we each get to pick our own, or
No, because you're going to compete against one another.
I say we just do hard rock.
yeah, hard rock?
That's what I was thinking.
Straight up.
And most of our guests have been picking from the 80s, so the 80s pickings are getting slim.
Okay.
But we have 60s and 70s just sitting out there.
Well, I don't have 70s in the hard rock because it doesn't make sense. So I have 70s through today
I disagree.
And in hard rock.
in hard rock.
Okay.
Now that could go all the way to extreme metal. So here's the way it's going to work. You're going to give me a decade that you want to choose from.
Okay.
Then you're going to give me a random number from 1 to 10. I'm going to give you the genre of the song. I'm going to give you the song title and the year that it came out. You're going to listen to the song. We're going to go through the first chorus, and you're going to tell me who the artist is.
Okay.
Now, who do we want to go? Because obviously the way this works is competition, right? So if Loose Cannon is picking it, then you would get first chance to give me the answer if you get it wrong, or if you can't, if you don't
Well, I
know what
wasn't
it is.
paying attention to anything you were saying. So.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
So Baco's going to be going first.
Yeah, you should
Oh,
probably
I
go
was going to
first.
defer. All right, I'm good.
Okay, so give me a decade first.
Let's go 80s.
Okay, we're going to go 80s. So again, let me see what we have left.
You know what? Let's go 90s.
Oh, nice.
You were already saying a lot of people picked
Yeah,
the 80s.
they have.
Let's mix
All
it
right.
up, man.
All right. So again, this is hard rock and metal, so it's not, it's not going to be too bad. All right. So give me a number from 1 to 10.
2.
2. So think about this. You get one pass. So I'm going to give you the genre. I'm going to give you the year and the name of the song. Okay. So number 2. This is in hard rock and metal, so it is what it is. This song is called Every Single Minute. It came out in 1990. Okay. So I'm going to play the song. We're going to go a little past the first chorus. I'm going to stop it, and Baco, you're going to tell me who it is.
Okay.
If you don't know, then you're going to pass it over, and Elsie's going to tell me who it is.
Fair enough.
All right.
Let's go.
All right, Baco.
Oh yeah, I know this.
Has anybody got any right
Yes.
so far?
Yes, the gentleman here got
All right.
Madam X.
To
when I
our
played
left.
Madam X.
Oh boy,
Okay, so Mr. Matt
so
Rusthoven.
Pressure's on.
that sounded well produced, so it had to be something that actually had some of a push. But being 1990 means it could have been something that had money that was dropped. Didn't really sound like Thunder to me. That was one of the areas I was going to go. And I just don't think that's the singer from the replacement singer in Britney Fox. I know that came out around that time.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm going to just guess Babylon AD.
He got away.
Wow, this is the second time that someone has guessed Babylon AD today.
And it's also the only
The guys in Babylon AD haven't thought about Babylon AD twice today.
It's been mentioned twice.
Yeah, and it's also the second time that it's wrong. So LC.
I didn't have a good feeling about it.
Do you want to sneak in and
No, you had a
steal
nice, like breakdown of all these different things. I just say that
Britney
it
Fox was my guess.
Really? Okay. I actually liked it. I thought it was a pretty good, catchy song, but well produced. I have no idea. I don't even have a bad guess.
He got away.
All right. This is off of the album Eyes. This is the band Eyes.
Oh.
Eyes and
I never
eyes.
even heard of them.
No.
They only had the one, maybe two releases, but this was the big release that came out in 1990.
The big release?
Well, their big release.
Do they have any named producer or anything? Since you're a guy that knows facts.
Yeah, so I was trying to remember. Their lead singer is, I want to say, someone famous, and I'm failing right now of pulling up that name.
Oh, Google fail.
Is that the whole game?
I'm a real wild one. Wild one.
Okay, so one important note here. When I was talking to Baco and LC, I could not remember who the lead singer was in Eyes, and that was really dumb because it was Jeff Scott Soto. How did I forget that? Now back to your regular scheduled program. Sorry.
Yeah, he has a good one.
We'll do another round if that's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's deviled ham
This-
on the line.
I didn't mention that.
This is the prize you're
I
going
didn't mention
for.
the prize. We have made a deal with the devil, you see, and so we have Lucifer's own spiced meat that we are
Very
giving away.
obscure meat to get.
It is.
Yeah.
By the way, this is absolutely the most creative giveaway here.
Well-
This replaces the socks.
Potted meat, yes.
Next level.
Next level, man. Deviled ham.
You know what? You use that with the socks, and it's a whole different sensation.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Double up.
Put your meat when you put
pod
your
crash.
Yeah, put your meat in that sock.
Yeah.
I like it.
So our running gag here is that it's potted meat, not
As in-
potted meat. You see? See where we're going with this?
I gotcha.
Thanks, Dad.
All right.
He is a dad.
All right.
I don't
this
know
is
if I
true.
am, but
This is
he-
true. You don't know
They
yet.
haven't come back to claim you?
I thought they surely would have by now. Somebody would have made a call.
All right, so
I'm
let's
with you.
let's do another round. The score for the Cobras and Fire podcast is sitting at 0-0.
Yes.
Couple zeros.
All right, so LC, give me a decade
Okay.
and a number.
So I'll do 90s as well.
Okay.
Or can you actually go into like 2000 or what? Once
You can go as current as you want.
we'll go 2000s.
2000s.
Oh
Okay.
wow, my knowledge level drops even deeper.
Exactly.
The
All
most
right.
recent you get.
All right, give me a number from 1 to 10.
Man, I'm gonna go with 7.
7. Okay. All right. If you've listened to our show, which you probably haven't, if you listen to our show, then
I claimed I did.
then you might know this one. But we'll
right.
see. We'll see. This came out in 2007.
It's Flip.
It's not flipping. It's not your turn, Bucko.
Oh, sorry. Well, that's good. That was wrong.
This is hard rock and metal, I would say. The song is It's Only You, and the other nugget of information is we have featured this band before on our show. So
That narrows it down.
yeah, so that really gives you, you have 89 times 7 chances of getting the right band here. So here we go. Killer song.
I like that.
Killer song.
Yeah, it's a great
Isn't that
song.
a groove? That's from the 2000s?
2007.
2007.
Yes. Okay. So the first band that comes up, but I don't think they go back that far, is a band called Audrey Horn. Maybe that's even more obscure.
Oh, I love that, man. You're giving me knowledge of a band I don't know of.
Okay. They have a big Thin Lizzy, all
Yeah.
that. But they went from like I think they're like 2010 forward, but they're a Canadian
Okay.
band. Phenomenal band. But anyway.
Well, okay, here's good. You said that this is a Canadian band, but it's not that band.
Okay, and then obviously there's Black Star Riders, except for the singer. Like that's it's a Thin Lizzy sounding song, but
Right.
if it's not Audrey Horn, I don't have
You don't have it.
I don't have it.
He got away.
All right, we're gonna kick it over to Baco.
I actually felt a little bit of a Fu Manchu vibe on that, but clearly not the singer.
Good pull. Good pull.
Oh, this is a tough one. Canadian, huh?
Yep.
All right, Justin Bieber.
Okay, you went for the joke. Well done. Good.
All right,
At least I fucking answered it.
Yeah. You're right. See?
I might be right. You don't know.
He got away.
The album this is off of is called The Lucky Ones. The name of the band is
Loverboy.
Pride Tiger. Pride Tiger.
That
We
sounds like
have
a
talked about Pride Tiger
very
on the
different
show
band.
before. They had a very Thin Lizzy sound. That whole album is just killer. You should check them out. So,
Awesome. I'm in.
So we're sitting at eggs. We're sitting at eggs. Did we do one more?
Yeah, let's try one more.
Tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker.
Do 80s. Let's try to go for something a little easier.
What's your wheelhouse?
Yeah, let's do 80s.
All right, we're gonna do 80s. All right, give me a number, Baco.
Okay.
You guys need to go?
We're good.
You guys good?
Yeah.
All right, number 4 in the 80s.
I thought he was showing me a picture of his family. I'm like, that's nice.
Nice.
No.
Very nice.
It's the time.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
It took me a second.
Who's your next interview?
Billy Sheehan.
Ooh, yeah, you don't want to miss that one, probably.
No.
Yeah.
We didn't get him.
Although we are probably that good that you really should miss it, but just to hang out with us. But that's all right.
Yeah, that's
man.
all right.
Yes.
That's all right.
It's a
This
little
is funner.
higher
All
up the
right.
food chain.
All right, so here we go. Number 4 in the 80s. This I would consider, it's in the category of hard rock and metal, but I would consider this almost glam. Came out in 1985. The name of the song is Missing. All right,
I think I got it.
let's check it out. Oh, you already got it? I think you might get this one.
I stalk the killer through the night. I say it's murder. Don't wanna be right. Disappearance, no return. Can you tell me what I need to learn? Where were you on the night of the crime? If you're so innocent, why be afraid? Where were you and what were you thinking of? If you killed the best friend I ever made, the love is missing, missing from your eyes, missing. Is it forever? Missing. Raise my question to the skies. Don't say if it's true. Don't tell me never.
Oh, that was some
First
dripping.
2 records by this band are amazing. I have them both on vinyl from back at that time.
Oh, here we go.
This is Icon.
This is Icon. You
what's
got
that?
it.
The second album was what, Night of the Crime?
Oh my God, you get 2 points because you got the album. I didn't
You
even tell you.
get 2 cans.
You get 2 cans of ham.
Nice. One's good enough.
Okay.
But you got the double size there, so that's enough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got the big cans. See, we got the LC. I'm sorry, you only get the little
Family
can.
size. That's the
silver
snack
medal.
size.
I still take it. Cancellation prize.
Now wait a minute. Are we still calling you LC, or did you change your name like 5 times?
No, LC.
Okay.
LC.
Yes, it's
All right.
good
Loose Cannon is still
Cannonball.
the name.
Yeah.
What was the other name that you were going by recently?
Oh, LBS.
It didn't
Oh,
stick.
Pounds.
Pounds.
Well,
That was it.
this
Pounds. It didn't
pounds.
stick.
No, I didn't think it would. But that's all right.
Lost the pounds.
It's-
gained the
you
LC.
can't change. You
Yeah.
start, you got to
Yeah.
go with it.
Yeah.
Just abbreviate.
I was not on board for the very first few episodes. Did you start with LC, or did you have another moniker at some point?
Just Loose
No,
Cannon.
it was always Loose Cannon.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. My whole thing is that I don't want my real name to be searched in Google for future employment and be connected to my show. That's my entire thing.
That's actually really smart.
Yes.
I wish
we should have thought of that a long time ago. A little too late.
That's right.
You would have thought I would have caught on because I listened to your show before I started a podcast. But
Yeah, there you go.
I did not.
I was unemployable a long time ago,
Yeah,
so I've just stopped worrying about it. There's zero chance of me being employed by anybody at this point, so
That's right.
I can't even try.
Well, I know you guys have to go and interview Billy Sheehan. I understand that that's somewhat more important than us.
Somewhat.
Whatever. But man, thank you, both of you, for stopping by and talking to us. And like I said, I'm a big fan of the show. Big
Yes.
I always appreciate the kind words you have to say about us. You guys are you're a great show as well. So
Thank you very much.
And year one at the expo, original merch. That's another.
There we go.
More props.
Ask
Again.
Billy for some more recipes. He's always good about posting recipes.
really,
Yeah, that's all he posts on
Facebook.
is
All
recipes.
right.
Yeah.
He talks about pizza a lot and
he's
recipes.
just glad Billy doesn't have a cat.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Baco for the win.
Nice. Good job.
And he got it right away. I had to let it play because
Yeah.
I wanted it to go to the chorus at least, but he was singing the song. So
Yeah, if you're singing the song, you've got a pretty good chance.
he had no issue with Icon, and I kind of thought he was going to get that one. But what was cool is, so Loose Cannon did not get the song that he picked, but it was Pride Tiger, and he actually made me hip to the band that he mentioned, what you just heard, and I made him hip to Pride Tiger. So two bands that sort of sound like Thin Lizzy, that now both of us have other bands that we can listen to kind of get our Lizzy
That's a
fix.
good crowd to run with. If you sound like Thin Lizzy, I'm going to like it.
Exactly. Very cool to talk to those guys, and it was so much fun having them on because I've listened to Cobras on Fire now for years, so just really cool for me personally. All right, up next, we talked about it last week, but we had a couple of artists who were just walking around saying, hey, I'm so-and-so, do you want to chat? And we had Lonnie Hammer sit down. So he's from a band called Hammer Down Hard. We played him last week, and
Sounds good. Good stuff.
pretty damn good stuff, pretty heavy, but really good. Of course,
Ballsy rock.
if you call yourself Hammer Down Hard, then it should
Yeah,
be.
you can't be all power ballady.
Yeah, and he picked something from the 70s, so let's see how Lonnie does.
I'm a real wild one. Wild one. Wild.
So one thing that we do on our show is we have a little game called Wild Card.
Okay.
Where I've gone ahead and put together a list of some obscure bands, all right, from the 60s until now.
Okay.
And then what we do is we play the song and you see if you can guess who it is. You want to try it?
Okay, sure.
Well, let's do it. So again, the rules are, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to give you, well, you're going to pick from I have two playlists, okay? So I have a hard rock only playlist, and I have a playlist that has rock and punk and metal. Which one do you want to pull from?
The first one.
First one. We're just going to do the hard rock, okay? So give me a decade that you want to hear a song from.
60s, 70s, 80s, 90s.
Let's make it. We'll go to 70s.
Okay, we're going to do 70s, all right? And then give me a number from 1 to 10.
7. Everybody picks 7.
It is a common number, you're right. Okay. All right, here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the year. This came out in 1975, all right? And I'm going to give you the name of the song. It's called I Ain't No Mountain, and this is a hard rock. This is in the genre of hard rock from the 70s, okay? So we're going to listen all the way through the first chorus. We come back, you're going to tell me who it is.
Okay.
All right.
Now it wasn't easy when you didn't see much and you buried your feet and you lost your luck. You cheated someone, then you strayed too far. Now you're on your own as you drive your car. I ain't no mountain for you to climb up. Ain't nobody that you can beat. So don't make my bed for me to lie up while I'm playing my sorry. I ain't no mountain for you to climb up. Ain't nobody that you can beat. So don't make my bed for me to lie while I'm playing my sorry. Although you see some action, you know it's bad.
All right, Lonnie.
That's not like Ram Jam or something.
Oh, man, you're close. You're getting close.
You know.
In the neighborhood.
In the neighborhood. This is an English band, though.
Okay. Michael DeBar.
He got away.
Oh, man. That was a good guess. That was Budgie.
Okay.
You ever listen to Budgie?
No, I haven't.
No. So Budgie are more famous because Metallica's covered a couple of their songs. That's why people know
That's the
that
only reason
band.
I know them.
Oh, I got you. Well, I played a Black Oak, Arkansas, so that was 70s. I figured
There you go.
they get
Yeah.
that's a little.
It was a
pop.
good guesses though.
In
man.
the ballpark, yeah.
Yeah, totally. You definitely get a consolation deviled ham. So there you go.
Oh,
Your very
right.
own. Your very own from Lucifer
Collector's
himself.
item.
Man, I tell you what, you could put this, beer and devil's ham.
Oh, it's the Breakfast of Champions.
I call that a good sex life.
You can just keep that until the end of days. It'll
Yeah.
still be
says
available
that-
to eat.
Expiration date, eternity.
Eternity at some point.
Well, man, it was awesome talking to you.
Yeah.
Thanks for sitting
Man, you
down
guys
with
are
us.
badass.
Thanks for
Thank you so
stopping
much.
by.
Appreciate it, dude. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Got like
I need a
one
new
sip
one.
here.
Yeah, right on.
All right. Thanks, Lonnie, man.
Long-haired Lonnie from the 70s.
Lonnie didn't get it, but
Nope.
man, he was cool. He was cool
Yeah,
to
it
talk
was a
to.
good interview.
He seemed to really enjoy that. He said it there, but he said, this is unique. This is different. So I'm glad he enjoyed it. He picked a Budgie song. That's sort of hard, but if you're like hardcore Metallica, you probably would have gotten that. Let's see how the next group does. Now, we had up next Mr. Sonny Pooney from Growing Up Rock and Podcast Rock City and like 14 other podcasts.
He's a busy man.
He is a busy man.
He gets around. He's a podcast hua.
Now, I thought this was going to be our last one of the day when he sat down, and so I brought Brad over because I wanted him to compete against somebody other than you, Robert.
Thank
you, because your batting average was not good on Saturday.
0.01.
Yeah, so I brought over Brad back over from the Slamfest. So it was Sonny versus Brad, and we have them in for a couple of, actually 3 songs. So take a listen to our conversation with Sonny, Hollywood Pooney, and Brad Rusthoven.
I'm a real wild one. Wild one. Wild.
All right. So last interview, last Rockin' Pod session of the day. And of course, who are we going to have on this but Sonny, Hollywood Pooney. I've been wanting to do that for years, man.
Really? Yeah. You can do it anytime you want.
I do it multiple times during the day, but you're not around.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You could just text me and get me on your podcast literally anytime you want.
He did that on my podcast. He was doing Hollywood.
Wait. You would actually come. Oh, okay. Oh, no.
The answer's not Taylor Swift.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Cobras and Fire just stopped by, and by the way, Baco, Cobras and Fire, he got his second attempt right. So we went through with Baco and Loose Cannon. We had them do 3 songs, right? So we went through until the 3rd song. There were 0 points, and then Baco got Icon. So all right. So here's what we're gonna do. Sonny is the king of doing game shows for the various 18 podcasts that he's on, and so I thought it would be good to have Sonny on a game show that we do called Wild Card, and with us again to hopefully redeem himself because your brother got points, you got 0, buddy. You got 0, Brad.
I'm going up against a 0 point.
You're
Yeah.
going
So I
up
can
against
literally
the
just
loser.
guess.
You're going up against the loser. So.
Wow.
Yeah. The elder Rusthoven came through today, so we'll see. Let me just pull up here the wild card rules because we have to be very mindful of the rules. Okay, so this is called Wild Card, Sonny. What we do is I have curated a list of songs that are within the realm of InObscuria, so they may be lost, forgotten, or I think they should have been huge and people just don't know it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to select from a playlist first. I have 2 playlists. I have one that has rock and punk and metal, the mix of what we do. I have another that's just focused on hard rock and metal. Which playlist do you want to choose from?
I'll take hard rock and metal.
Okay, I kind of thought you would. All right. Now the next thing I need is I have songs from the 70s up until today. So what decade do you want to pull from?
Let's go with 80s.
I'm so surprised. Okay.
Because if these are music clips, I'm sunk.
Yeah.
I'm not even good at the Kiss ones.
They're a minute 30 clips.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
So we are doing clips. Basically, what's going to happen, Sonny?
3 seconds like Casada does to me.
What's going to happen is I am going to give you the song title. I'm going to give you the genre, which more than likely is going to be hard rock, right? Because that's what you picked. And I'm going to give you the year that this came out. We're going to play it up until the first chorus or so, and then we're going to come back and you're going to tell me what artist it is. If you can't tell me, then it's going to go over to Brad for the point.
Okay, all right.
Oh, Stephen Michael's here too, so I see somebody who's going to do the tiebreaker after this.
Yeah, trust me, he can't.
All right, so you picked 80s. We've had a lot of people pick 80s, so give me a number from 1 to 10. I'm going to tell you if it's already taken.
7.
7. All right, let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. All right. Now, you do have the opportunity here, Sonny, to pass. Okay. I'm going to tell you again what I said. The song is called Off the Edge, but the genre, this is from 1988, the genre is thrash metal.
Oh, I'll pass.
Okay, I thought you might. All right. So we will.
That was quick.
That was super quick.
He could have just said and I would have said pass.
That was super quick. So we're going to
He could
go.
have also said or and I would have said pass.
So we're going to go to the next one in line. This is the one we have to do, okay? This is from 1989. This is firmly in the glam metal scene, and the name of the song is Soul on Ice. So we're... Oh, Brad already knows?
Did I tip my hand?
Oh.
Or am I fucking with him?
All right, let's see. We're going to go with it. All right, let's listen to it. Sonny absolutely knows it. I see it on his face.
I like the song. Oh, wow. So we're guessing on what band that is?
We're guessing on what band that is.
And what year did you tell me it was?
1989. The name of the song is Soul on Ice.
Okay, so I just take a guess.
Sure, why not?
Tangier.
He got away.
Pretty good guess. Pretty good. It's totally wrong.
Yeah,
it's a pretty good guess. Yeah. Brad, that rolls over to you, man.
What's the score?
Oh, no. I thought
could
for
tell
sure. I thought you had this
the
one.
other band I was going to say, but
What's the other band you were
I was going to say Shotgun Messiah. But I said
that's a good pull.
Tangier
That's a good pull.
What's the score?
Yeah, I don't even have a guess.
We're So Robert has just come in. Oh, you don't even have a guess.
I was in the beer line
Okay.
again.
He got away.
That was Steve Stevens' Atomic Playboys.
Oh, I have that album,
I do
too.
too.
I have that album.
Oh, that's extra embarrassment.
Yeah.
You got the
Oh,
album.
no.
Yeah, I just don't listen to it enough.
Okay. All right.
Is he singing on that?
Oh, hell
He's
no.
not singing on
No,
that, right?
no.
Who's the singer? Any idea?
I can't remember.
I'd have to Google
Yeah,
that.
yeah. But that's why I know the voice, because I own that album.
Yeah, me too.
All right. So we have big eggs. Zeros. All right, Brad. We're gonna go back and forth. We got to get some points on the board, man. So
Sudden death overtime.
yeah, give me a decade. Oh, first, give me a playlist. Do you want to pull from the all-encompassing playlist, or do you want to focus on the hard rock metal?
All encompassing.
Okay. All right.
80s.
Includes folk music.
Folk music.
Folk.
Mongolian throat
You
metal.
may get some prog here, man.
Prog.
Oh, God.
All right, give me a number from 1 to 10.
8.
8.
8 on the 80s, right?
All right.
Or 80s.
Oh, this is yeah. Oh boy. Here we go. This is 1986. The name of the song is Sacrilege. Now, this would be put in the goth rock category.
Sonny's favorite.
But if you listen to our show, Brad, you might have a really big clue there. So do you want to go with this or you want to pass?
Sacrilege.
Sacrilege.
Is what,
Yes.
From 86.
From
is what you
86.
said? Pass.
Pass. Okay.
Damn!
He knew it on the song title.
All right.
It's right up Sonny's alley, right?
Yeah. Okay. All right then.
Yes.
All right. Let's try this
Oh,
one.
that was 5 years ago.
All right, so I'm going to tell you what you passed on because you might have gotten it. It was the Mission UK.
Oh,
so you
shit.
might have actually gotten it from the voice.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Because we did 2 episodes on that band. All right, so moving on then. So the next thing you get, this is firmly in the hard rock and metal, maybe glam metal. The name of the song is Better Days. Came out in '89.
Sounds
Obscure,
familiar already.
Obscure hair metal. So let's try it out. Here we go. right, Brad.
So it sounds
89,
like
they were like a
something.
million hair metal
Wow.
bands.
I celebrate the entire catalog.
I don't think this is it, but it sounds like, and I don't know if you've even heard of them, Kevin, but the band Neverland.
I love Neverland. Of course
one
I do.
album.
Of course I do. Yeah.
I think the drummer was the singer, but I don't think it's them, but it sounds like them.
He got away.
It is not them. That was a great guess, though.
Yeah, I love that band.
All right, we're going to kick it over to Sonny.
I would have turned that song off at the first verse.
Wow.
And chucked the CD out of my window. And been pissed at myself that I spent $9.
So you're a fan of Neverland.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. So I'll say Marillion. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
He got away.
Because that's another band that I would chuck out there.
Whoa.
Of course, we only did 4 episodes on
Oh,
Marillion.
really? Yeah. I need to play games with him more often because it makes me look a little bit better.
Yeah, he's Baruto. Okay.
No, what did you not like about it? Like
What,
specifically?
the song?
Yeah.
The vocal was meh.
Okay.
And then when they got to the chorus, it's got no punch.
Okay.
I
Right?
agree
In
with
the
that. I
in
actually
the
agree
late
with that.
80s, man, you could have put anything you wanted there. Why would you make it boring?
He's got a good point.
See, Sonny, when I listen to your podcast, you're so unique. You're so unique with your, because I think that you're going to like something. I thought you would have loved that song.
I kind of thought that would be in your wheelhouse.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it goes back to Saxon.
Well, if
right?
you only heard the ballad on that album, though.
No, I don't know. There's got to be a hook. There's got to be some earworms.
Okay.
And I need my songs, a lot of my songs, to kind of build from a verse to a pre-chorus to a chorus. And I need the chorus to be the biggest
that trajectory
thing.
of going up.
Yeah,
up,
and
up.
when it drops and it becomes boring, I'm like, what are you doing?
I get
like, who
that.
signed off on this?
Yeah. So that
Way too
obviously
much coke back there. Oh, this is great, man.
you do a line that thing sounds awesome, dude. All right, so obviously you both got it wrong. That was the band Gun. You remember the band Gun?
I remember the
Not
name.
L.A. Gun.
No,
Just
not LA Gun. There's no
Gun.
L in the front. This is just Gun. I believe they were from England.
Singular.
Yeah, UK band. All right, we are. Should we do one more?
Sure.
Try and redeem ourselves.
All right, Sonny, are you going to stick in the 80s with hard
yeah,
rock?
yeah.
Okay. All right, give me a number, sir.
3.
Number 3. Okay. All right, let's see what happens here. This should be a voice you know, but it may not be 80s that you know it from. Little hint there for you. Okay, so this is firmly in the rock category in the 80s. This is from 1983, and the name of the song is Razzle Dazzle Man.
Oh, God.
Oh, no, this is
Name.
good shit,
Just
man.
the
Come on.
name.
Well, once you hear who it is, you'll know why.
Okay.
So let's go for it. Oh, wait, I guess I could ask you, do you want to pass? Or do you
No,
wanna
we'll go with it.
All right,
we'll go with it.
Voice should help here.
It's not Vince Neil.
I haven't heard that voice much, but it did sound very crew.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just because it sounded crew, I'll go with Hanoi Rocks.
He got away.
Good guess. Not Hanoi Rocks. All right, Brad.
Yeah, the voice sounds very, very familiar. But
When I tell you who this band is, you'll be like, oh,
shit. I am really struggling on.
It did sound very crew, though.
It did.
It did.
Yeah.
And
But I think I even know the song title. Like the song title is like sitting there. Like I think I totally know it, but I don't.
Okay.
Like know it on the tip. It's on the tip of my.
Were you guys not getting like a Quiet Riot vibe?
Yeah,
listening
a little
to it?
bit.
Okay,
A little bit.
go with that. Go with that.
Razzle, Dizzy.
Well, from '83.
You know this is a podcast, right?
Yeah.
That's my line. That's what happens. Like, it's like, hello, I got to edit all this.
Dead air.
So let me ask something real quick. When can we put him on the spot?
That's not how this works,
Robert.
bro.
It's hard.
Take
tried.
over.
I have tried. Oh,
He
I've tried.
struggles.
I've brought bands
horrible
in. He's
at
like,
games.
oh yeah,
I
I've got
suck
their
at games.
four CDs. I met the guy last week. I'm just like, damn it, son of a bitch.
Because I think secretly Kevin enjoys this.
There's no way I enjoy
and
this.
he enjoys us struggling.
When I tell you who this is, when I tell you who this is, you're gonna be like,
Yeah, because stumping me is not hard. Stumping you guys, that's
All right,
a different
Take
level.
one more guess, Brad.
Yeah.
Come on. I gave you a major hint.
I know.
Yeah.
Major hint.
Because I have another guess.
Think Quiet Riot. Well, okay, if he doesn't get it, we're going to go back to you. Think Quiet Riot. I told you earlier you may not associate this band with the 80s.
Shit.
All right.
I don't. I'm
Put up-
Slade?
It is Slade, dude.
Oh my.
I'm like, it sounds motley. It sounds.
Yeah, so remember what happened to Slade, right? So Quiet Riot brought them back, and when they came back and did this album in '83, it's called The Amazing Kamikaze Syndrome, which is a horrible name for an album, but they came back and they were metal. They were like a metal band for a while because of the success of Quiet Riot.
So
And is that naughty?
That's naughty.
Yeah, because everybody thinks Slade is 70s
You think
because they are.
70s, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But they cashed in.
Well, yeah. As soon as the Quiet Riot thing happened, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna jump on that." And the next couple albums were actually pretty decent, but they were metal, you know. So, all right, well, Sonny gets the points. So, Sonny, I'm going to give you a large can.
Oh, my God.
This is a large can of deviled ham. So we made a deal with the devil. That's how we got here.
Supersize.
Yeah.
So you get a little bit of Lucifer's finest spices.
Satan spread. Lucifer's lunch.
And with that, man, we're going to wrap up Rockin' Pod.
This is it.
This is it. Thank you so much for jumping on, Sonny. Glad you're here, man. Glad to do this. I guess I could text you and you could actually be on a real episode sometime. Is
Pretty
that how
much
that works?
anytime.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, anytime. It has to be can it be a band I've heard of maybe?
Why would we do that? That's not what we do.
I'll go through the episode notes and I'm like, don't know. Oh,
No,
don't know.
Because he'll give you a band that you know, but it's some project you never heard of.
Yeah.
Son of a
Yeah.
bitch.
Dude, I talked to Ron Keel today about Saber Tiger.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The one-off. Got the whole story of him.
We spent the entire thing talking
Yeah.
about Saber Tiger.
Yeah. Wow.
You meet Ron Keel, that's what you got to talk about.
And it's one thing to do like local bands people haven't heard of, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. These are people that had like recording contracts.
Yeah,
I'm like,
these-
3 million records.
They were
he
signed.
sold.
yeah.
Brad, thank you, man.
You
Thanks
bet.
for
You
doing
bet.
this
My
twice.
pleasure. It
You
was
did
good.
not redeem yourself.
No, I did
Sorry.
not.
But your brother, you know what? It's in the family,
It
so
is.
We know who the
So
spot
I get a
your
piece
brother
of
did
that,
okay.
right?
All right.
He'll share the spread.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll get wild, wild, wild.
Of course, we hear Sonny doing his usual talking about bands that he hates and
Yeah.
things that he thinks are crap and that he would have thrown out the window.
Hard pass. No.
So I was wearing my very colorful denim battle vest, which has quite a few bands on it.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, it's hanging up in the
Hall of Fame.
glass case that it sits in. I only break it
Air
when
conditioned.
there's an emergency.
Climate-controlled case.
So he basically went through my entire jacket and said no to, I think, maybe
No.
80% of it.
Boring.
No
Waste
good.
of time.
Sucks. No good. So anyway,
Fakeness.
exactly. Sunny was a lot of fun.
Yes.
Now, I started packing up. It was late in the day. We had finished our interview with Leah Vendetta, and if you want to hear that, go listen to last week's episode. And I was packing up, and I had talked to Big Al from Ages of Rock. I had talked to Al earlier, and Alan Tate, that is. And he walked up right as I'm unplugging stuff, and he's like, "I'm ready." So I was like, "Well, sit down. I'll plug it back in." So we got one more for you, and we have, what's that going on?
Sorry, we got a dog scratching himself in the background. Real professional.
I don't know if that's coming through, but man.
Yeah, it's coming through.
That sounds like a good scratch.
Yeah, it was a good scratch. He's happy with himself.
You
there.
feeling better, buddy?
you got to itch, man. Sometimes you got to scratch.
Walked out the room. That felt so
He
good.
left that in the floor for us. Sorry, you got fleas in your
I was
basement
about
now.
to say, I got got to bomb the basement.
Might want
now.
to bomb it, yeah.
So we had Big Al sit down, and it was a real honor to have the other gentleman sit down with him. His A to Z, what would you call it? The two guys that are on A to Z. There's several guys on A to Z, but the two guys on A to Z, the other one being Mr. Bill Elam.
Yes, Bill.
So it was great to have Bill sit down, and we really enjoyed talking to Bill.
Great guys. Really enjoyed meeting him. So that's excellent hospitality from this too.
Yeah, and Bill's always been a real champion of the show, and thank you so much, Bill, for that,
thank you.
man. Super cool. And I'll actually be seeing Bill. He's going to come see the Swear Play next month when we're in Ohio. This is the last one. We have a couple songs with Big Al and Bill. Let's see how they do.
I'm a real wild one. Wild one. Wild.
Well, it's just amazing. We have Big Al and we have Bill Elam. They're going to go against each other in a wild card. And I'm going to explain what that means. So what we do here at InObscuria is we talk about obscure music. So we either talk about the lost, the forgotten, or the should have beens, right? So what I've done is I put together a playlist of obscure music, and I've done it by decade and number from 1 to 10. So what I'm going to ask you is, and I'm going to go to Big Al, what playlist do you want to pick from? I have a hard rock metal playlist, or I have a rock and punk and metal playlist.
I will take the rock and punk.
All right.
It's a little broader.
There we go. It's a little broader spectrum. I like that. I like to play. Okay, and then what decade from the 60s till today, what decade do you want to hear a song from?
1970s.
Oh, nice. Nice. I like this. I like where this is going. Bill, you up for this, man?
Yep.
All right. So
Bill's going to kick my ass, just so y'all know.
All right. So the only other person I think that went for the 70s was, who was it? It was Christopher Williams.
Yeah, Chris Williams.
Yeah.
My boy Christopher.
Yeah. And he got it wrong.
Well, I'm going to get it wrong, too.
It was a long time ago.
So he went with number 3. So number 3's gone. So from 1 to 10 without using 3.
7.
Why does everybody go to 7?
Because I was born in 1970.
Okay. All right.
I got you beat by 18 days. 1969. Almost December 13th, 1969. I snuck in under the radar.
Mom couldn't hold you in any longer.
No, that Summer of Love was a little too much for my parents.
He was a flower child. And maybe before we get going too far, we'll come back to this, but maybe we can get a little bit about both of you guys, because I totally skipped that whole piece. So
that's right.
Well, let's talk about you, Alan. Let's talk about your podcast. Let's talk about you.
My name is Alan Tate. I am the co-host of the Ages of Rock podcast, and we've been on the air loosely, but in October will be 6 years. We're creeping up on episode number 300.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Now, you guys have been at every Rockin' Pod?
We have.
So the very first one, you guys had a table?
We did.
Wow. That's cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Veterans.
And before someone else brings it up, we are the podcast that wore the Best Buy shirts.
Oh, yeah?
I remember this.
Yes. And you cannot go a day without somebody reminding you, hey, remember when you did that stupid thing?
So what happened to those shirts, by the way?
Dennis knows where his is. I'm pretty sure mine ended up in a fire.
You could have just given it to Sonny, and he would have thrown it out the window. You know?
Oh, my gosh.
Amazing. Okay. All right. And Mr. Bill Elam, we hear from you all the time. Thank you so much on the
Huge
Facebook.
supporter of
us. We appreciate it so much.
Not only am I a supporter, I'm huge. But yeah, I've been listening to InObscuria pretty much since the beginning. Big fan. It really does make my Friday nights when I'm working third shift and I hear the intro music and it comes up. But I am the co-owner, along with Big Al here and Jeff Humphrey.
That's me.
We are the co-owners of A to Z Radio. So in lieu of doing a podcast, because I spent 3 years trying to find a podcast partner that wasn't available, I decided to go into internet radio with Al.
And so you do a Saturday show. Is that the only show you do, or you do more?
I do a Saturday show, and then we basically spend the rest of the week making sure the station keeps running.
So okay. And then Big Al, how many do you have? Just one show, or you do multiples?
Well, I do 2 radio shows, but one is on a different network.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, gotcha.
So I'm not the owner that's the dictator that says you can only be on my station, because
you don't have a non-compete contract.
In years past, radio station owners were like, you can't be syndicated. I'm like, I have like 12 listeners. Who gives a shit?
I agree.
All right, so let's jump back to the wild card because this is a competition. So you picked the number 7 in the 70s. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the year. This came out in 1977. This is in the genre of hard rock. And I'm going to give you the song title. And then we're going to listen to the song. We're going to go all the way through the first chorus, and then you're going to tell me who the band is.
Okay.
All right. And if you don't know it, we're going to pass it over to Bill and see if he can get the point.
Bill will get the point.
All right. So
I hardly ever get the point, to be honest with you, at least according to my wife.
Now this nice. Now this is a live cut. So this is I Know the Feeling is the name of the song. Again, 1977 hard rock.
Stole this one. Let me tell you how it's gonna be. Come tomorrow, you'll be through with me. I never kept a promise yet. I tried so hard, but I forget. Hey, I know the feeling. It hurts like hell. I know the feeling. You can't tell. I know it well.
All right, Big Al.
Well, before I answer this, I'm going to just say now that this song is what I would consider a Bill Elam banger. But that's a pretty cool song. And I'm going to say Blue Oyster Cult.
He got away.
That's a good guess. It is not Blue Oyster Cult. So again, 1977. I'll give you a little hint. It's a UK band. You want to try one more time?
UFO.
He got away.
It is not UFO. I'm going to send it over to Bill.
I'm thinking it's one of two bands, and I can't think of the name of the second band, but I know they had an album called The Rub. Am I correct with that?
Well, this is a live cut.
Yeah, I know. So since I can't remember the name and you're not going to give me a clue, I will guess Status Quo.
He got away.
No, but that was so close.
But you get a point for a good guess.
That was a great guess. This is the band Nuts.
You played Nuts before.
N-U-T-Z. Nuts.
My first thought was Foghat, and then I heard keyboards.
Yeah,
and
the
I don't
keyboards.
I don't ever
the
remember
deep purple
hearing-
keyboards in there.
Yeah, I was like,
This is the other. This is the other band from Liverpool.
Have you played Nuts before?
No, I think
He
we've
played
talked
with his
about
own.
them.
He's played with his
I have
nuts.
played with mine.
Oh, I
but-
didn't want to go that far. Okay.
That's my job.
Hey.
Thank goodness.
I
there's a
just puked
table
in my
here.
own mouth.
To go there.
This podcast just went rated X.
Everybody put their hands on the table.
All right, we're sitting at 0-0. Let's do one more. Is that all right? Let's see if we can get a point here. So it's going to go over to you, Bill.
Okay.
Give me a decade and a number.
Let's stick with the 70s.
All right.
And let's go with 9.
Go with 9. All right. Ooh. Oh, this is. I'm going to give you one clue here for this one. This is Rockin' Pod Ready. This song is features somebody who was here at Rockin' Pod today. All right, so I'm going to give you that. Okay, this is from 1978, and the name of the song is Soldier of Love. This is hard rock, man.
So it's not Donny Osmond.
It is not Donny Osmond. I did not see him walking around. So we're going to go with it.
That was delicious.
I'm just going to say this. Weren't those drums really good?
I knew where you were going with that one.
I get first guess, right?
You get first guess.
My first guess would be Cactus.
He got away.
So close.
I had the right
you were
drummer,
so
didn't I?
close. You've got the right family.
Really?
Oh, boy.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Depends on how you pronounce
Al.
it. Which pronunciation
You should know what drummer this is.
Cacti? I have no idea who that is.
He got away.
So that was Vinny Appice's band Axis. They did one album in
Well,
1978.
that rhymes with cactus.
You get half a can.
We actually talked to
Give me the
Vinny.
short one.
You get the small one.
Y'all both get deviled ham.
Yeah.
Lucifer's good with it.
You had great guesses.
Great guesses.
Better than I would have guessed.
That was fun. Yeah, we talked to Vinny about that yesterday. We didn't talk about Dio or Sabbath. We talked about Axis.
Awesome.
And it's a great album. They only
really
did one
is.
album. He told us about why it didn't go anywhere and said that was where he established his drum sound. So you listen to those drums in this album, it's like, those sound like the drums from Sabbath. Those sound like the drums from the Dio albums.
You were misleading me because you were doing the finger spins because I'm not used to him doing the finger spins. So I'm thinking, oh, yeah, this is something Carmine
He's
played.
more
yes.
content,
Speaking
not
of
style.
Carmine, he's standing
He's
right over there.
Standing over there. Let's let him hear this, see if he knows who it is. He'd be like, that's Cactus. Well, thanks, guys, for doing this. Really do appreciate it.
Thanks for having us on, man. That was
Absolutely. We say it every week. We tell people to go listen to Ages of Rock, so we will continue doing that, and then we will start talking about A to Z, because Bill
The
called me out.
Internet's biggest variety of rock, pop, and country music.
Appreciate you being here.
Thank you
We
again.
appreciate it, brother.
All right.
And it was a pleasure seeing you guys. Let's not make it 2 years next time.
No,
Absolutely.
Okay.
No more pandemics.
No more COVID.
And they did not get the last one. It's just so cool. They picked the last song from a person who we talked to who happened to be at the Rockin' Pod. We're talking about Vinny Appice.
And didn't get it.
And they didn't get it.
So A to Zilch radio.
No bueno
A
for
to
A to
no
Zilch.
bueno.
But man, I know this was a long one, but wow, can't go wrong with the wild card. And
No.
typically we would have played all the songs all the way through, but because we had so many songs and so many great stories from the podcasters, I wanted to have everything in here. So that's why we only played snippets. And that's
a
what we did live.
Great collection of songs. Once again, just the talent that you pulled from all of those songs. I enjoyed. I don't recall any duds in there. It's just a great way to hear some really cool music that is sitting right there in plain sight and didn't know about it.
And some that I think people were kicking themselves at the end, like, oh, why didn't I get that?
It was that thing, that one thing. I knew it.
How could they not notice Noddy Holder's voice?
Yeah.
How did you miss Slade, Sonny Pooney, and Brad?
Yeah, Slade especially. Everybody knows Slade.
Come on, man. All right, well, that's what we have for you this time around. That completes our trilogy of the Rockin' Pod Expo. Just one last word on Rockin' Pod. Chris Sinzak again, great job, man.
Yes,
And
everybody who put that on deserves a huge round of applause. They did a great job.
it was so much fun. I can't wait for next year. I hope they do it again, and maybe we have to figure out some other way to come up with something unique again.
We're taking the band van, putting the hot tub in the back full of deviled ham.
And Ron Keel.
Yes, in the hot tub.
Till next time, people. Later.
See you.